All right, guys, we are on the road, heading to Kentucky right now. Got my sidekick, JoJo Beans. Boom, baby. That's a big yes. Awesome hunting property. Me and JoJo are heading down there to meet the husband. All right, guys, we are on the road, heading to Kentucky right now. Got my sidekick, JoJo Beans. She doesn't look very excited. Got the adventure van all packed up. Here's the strategy. I got a long drive, so I figured I'd give you guys the details. It's opening day right now. I'm just leaving Pennsylvania. It's early afternoon. I should be arriving around 6:30. It's gonna give me a few hours to drive around and scout a little bit. There's 2 public land spots in the area I'm gonna be staying. And so tonight, it's opening day. It should be packed. I'm gonna just basically spend tonight driving around those public land spots, seeing where people are parking, trying to understand how pressured these pieces are, and then that's it. That's all I'm doing tonight. If you can see the look on my face, you know I got that yes, baby. Oh, dude, this is freaking killer. I'm gonna be able to park right here on the edge of this dude's property, access that north side of the property. Asked him for some intel. He said the deer, there are so many deer around here, there's big bucks, and they are just funneling right through the backside of his property. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up. I've been doing some e-scouting and finding some properties I'm gonna door knock. So what I'm gonna do is from 8 a.m. to about 2 p.m. on Sunday, I'm gonna door knock. And if I get a yes, then I'll scout in the afternoon, probably hang and get a sit-in. If I don't get a yes, then I'll throw a stand on my back and slowly still hunt some of the public land spots and scout those and get ready for Monday. Since everyone's gonna be going back to work, I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm making my move Monday through Wednesday, and that's the plan. Everything's subject to change depending on what I see, how many yeses I get, if I get any at all. It's gonna be a great trip. Can't wait to bring you guys along. Let's go. Opening day, baby. 2025 archery season is here. Scouting mission is over. Can't wait to get these stands deployed and ready to rock. Found some really nice spots down there. It's thick as heck, man. I'm nervous about when I shoot something, honestly. I got so many burrs, as you saw. They're all through my silencers. There's so many in there. I'm actually a little nervous it's going to affect my tune a little bit, adding that much weight to the string. But aside from that, ready to rock. Gonna go back, let JoJo out, say hi to her, get changed, and I'll be back here around 4. First sit, 2025. Let's go. All right, day 2. Here we go. It's about 5:50 in the morning, and we're hitting the road. Feeling a little tired this morning. It's a little chilly. By the time we get there, we're gonna be moving in at gray light, so I know lighting's probably not good for this clip here, but let's see you in the tree.
Well, not off to a good start this morning. On my way in, I had one dude flash me from the tree stand at the top of the finger ridge. I'm like, I'm all the way at the bottom. I'm 150 yards away from him, no big deal. So I kind of do this big loop around him, keep going down. The second guy flashes me with his flashlight. I'm like, I'm still 75 yards, 80 yards away from him. So I do a big loop around him. And I'm approaching my stand. And there's another dude. Like 20, 30 yards away from where my stand was hung. So now I am sitting on the ground. I'm just more worried about my stuff than anything. I'm probably just gonna chill here. Nice path right up there. Wind is in my face. Probably get comfy. Alright. I just moved a little bit more west. Set up in this real thick stuff here. Right on the edge of a fence line. There's a big opening over here. So, it's like 8 a.m. Just kind of waiting those guys out. Probably head over there around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Probably gonna scout the far western side of this property as well. But I figure this is a good spot to chill. Good shooting lane right here. Tucked up pretty good in here. Let's see what happens. Well, doing some scouting around. I'm in the heart of this property right now. It's beautiful down here right now. But I've covered quite a bit of this property and I've not bounced a single deer yet. I'm only seeing them up in the yards of that northern neighborhood. So this is going to be a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. I have a good plan for tonight, but I'm kind of waiting to go in and get my stand right now. Probably about 150 yards away from it. I'll give these guys another hour. In the meantime, just sitting on this log. Watching this valley. May see something on its feet. Yes. Feels good to be out here. All right, well, found the stand. Went and talked to the dudes that I walked in on this morning. Super nice guys. He saw an eight point about 100 yards down the valley here on that direction, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna tear my stand down, go get JoJo, let her out, maybe do a little bit of door knocking, and then I'm gonna go to the southern wildlife management area. Let's see how it goes. Take this thing, do a little work here. All right, rolling out. We are evening hunt number 2. We are headed to the southern public land spot. Spent the afternoon driving around with JoJo, looking at some other properties, making some phone calls, trying to get access to some private land to no avail. But I did get some good leads, which I think I'm going to do that a little bit more tomorrow. I might not even hunt in the morning, just spend all morning trying to secure a good private land piece. But for now, got a good plan for tonight. Hopefully I don't encounter too many other hunters, so away we go.
So I just saw these guys out mowing on my property, and I actually have this one marked to go door knock. It's a sweet piece. And I got a yes. So he said to just park on the tree line, and he's got paths and there's deer everywhere, he says. So we're gonna give it a go tonight. I'm gonna put the stand on my back and going in blind. Here we go.
Had a shot. I tried to come to full draw. That's good. Keep hunting, baby. All right, 2 really close encounters with the same doe. I'm definitely in the game on this property. Snuck out. I had one about maybe 35 yards. Snuck out without blowing her or him out. It was too dark. I couldn't tell what it was. But yeah, dude, I'm feeling really good about this property. So coming back in the morning, left my stand in the same spot, gonna sit in it tomorrow morning, and then late morning get down, scout the property a little bit, rehang it for the evening hunt, and away we go. Let's do this. I'm in the game. Let's go.
Well, off to an extremely disappointing morning. Had my alarm set, actually 3 alarms set this morning, and I plugged my phone into my Mac charger when I was dumping GoPro and primary camera footage, and I woke up just now, pretty much at 8:15 in the morning, and my alarm, all 3 of them, were going off, making no audible noise. for some reason. And it was plugged in across the room. Couldn't hear it. No noise coming out of the phone. And I am pretty pissed. So I just burned and blew up a morning hunt. Now I don't know what to do. It's 8:30 right now. Got JoJo in the car. We're probably just gonna go get coffee right now and then come up with a game plan. I'm really hesitant to go in at 8:30. It's gonna be 9 o'clock before I could actually get there and start walking in. I don't want to blow any deer out. I think I'm just gonna take the day, do some push work, emails, maybe edit up a few videos, just go back in the evening, just go get in that same stand again. So then I have tomorrow morning and then tomorrow night. So pissed, man. Such is life. Overcome, I guess. Till this evening's hunt. All right, here we go. Well, I've been door knocking here all morning and I just got a killer, maybe. It's like 300-400 acres, giant farmland, tons of ag. This kind of looks like this. Spoke to the wife. She said she had no problem with it. The husband's out running errands. I let her know that I'd be willing to exchange some labor. I'm from out of state. I'm only down here for about a week or so every year, and I'm looking for a landowner to partner with that I could do some labor for them and, you know, just have a nice, safe place to come and bow hunt when I'm in town. So hopefully I get the text message from her here soon, and that would be huge. Okay, door knocking continues. Boom, baby. That's a big yes. Awesome hunting property. Me and JoJo are heading down there to meet the husband. Oh my gosh, I'm jacked. Okay, here we go. All right, based on the intel from the landowner, they're using this cut here. They're coming out of bedding way back there, and they're moving through this low point and popping over into his vineyard and moving across that way. So he said setting up in these sycamores here would be a really good spot. All right, here's the other side of the road. He's got corn, more grapes, soybeans. Might make sense to sit over here for a night, but we're just gonna walk this whole field edge here. JoJo's ground in the soybeans. Look what JoJo just found. All right, scouting mission complete. JoJo got wore out trying to pull through all those soybeans, so trying to save her legs for later tonight, if you know what I mean. Beautiful property. All right, here we go. I feel like this video is all me just driving around. I probably put 1,000 miles on this van. But the wind just doesn't work with the new farm property I scouted this morning. I want to get in there so badly, but we have east-southeast winds all night tonight through noon tomorrow, and I just know it's not going to go well, especially in that big sycamore tree where the farmer, the landowner, told me I should be sitting. So I don't know. So I'm going to go to the property I hunted last night. My stand's still in there. It works well for an east wind. I got into deer. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna follow my gut. That's what it's telling me to do. And then around noon tomorrow, the wind switches to northwest, which is literally perfect for that sycamore tree. So that's the plan. What I do tomorrow morning is still up in the air, but that's what we're doing. We're on our way. Let's get after it. Let's run an arrow through a rib cage tonight.
set up. Got in clean. Wind is perfect. It's just floating down that draw like it was last night. Now we wait. Shake it off. Still having fun out here. Still got some time too. 10. Let's go get another one. Alright, so I had a couple deer come in downwind, snuck in up the creek bed, blew the whole valley out. It's 7:45, so there's only probably about 20 minutes of shooting light left anyhow. So I decided just to tear down and go find my arrow from the deflection. Found it was sitting right in the middle of the path, and find a spot for the morning. So I just pushed deeper into the property a little bit and found a great little tree. Got trails all around me. So pretty much no matter what the wind is doing and no matter what the thermals are doing in the morning, I'm gonna be in the game. I've seen the deer come through this runway here. You know, got trails over here, trails coming by, trails up on top of the hill. Now we got trails down here, and then trails on the other side of the creek too. So no matter what happens, I'll be in the game. Yeah, sucks on the deflection. Oh well, you live and you learn. Keep going, keep after it. Persistence pays. I'm gonna be up there in the morning. Let's go.
All right, good morning. It's go time. I'm gonna be going in light. I'm not gonna have my primary camera, just my GoPros. This tree setup is super tight. I'm not gonna have time or any room up in the tree for my primary camera and the camera arm. So that's the plan. I'm heading over there right now. Apologize ahead of time for any poor footage. It's just gonna be head mount and GoPro pretty much. That's it. Here we go.
11:30, I'm gonna get down. I had a little yearling get kicked out of the bedding area across the creek from me at around 11, so I gave it another 30 minutes. So I saw 7 or 8 deer today. Pretty nice morning. That whole group came over. Just, I didn't feel comfortable with that 30-yard shot, and they're, oh wait, I got a deer right here. All right, now I'm getting down. Saw another 4 deer. It's crazy. Something's moving them around. I don't know what the heck they're doing. They're running up and down this hillside over here, back and forth, back and forth. I lost sight of them down there in the mountain. Now I'm really torn. Should I go to the new farm or stay here? I've already made my decision. Going to the new farm. I gotta at least try it, right? I really wish I would have brought my primary camera now. I would have got a lot of good deer footage. Great. We'll see you on the way to the farm property. All right, we're rolling. Final hunt of the Kentucky trip. It's been an awesome week. Stopping by a few of the landowners that gave me permission. I have a few bottles of wine, gonna drop those off, leave some notes for them. We're hunting the farm tonight that I got permission to. First night there, kind of going in blind, just based off of intel from the farmer. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully luck's on our side. And then I'm gonna go back and get JoJo, hopefully track a deer, and then we're just bombing back up to PA. So it's been a great trip. All right, see you in the tree. All right, walking in. This is incredible. Okay guys, made it home safe and sound to Push HQ from the Kentucky trip, and what a great trip it was. Thought I'd wrap up this video since I am coming home empty-handed with some general thoughts and things I can improve on and some things that went well. First and foremost, the one thing I would change from the trip would be giving that doe a couple more steps to clear that arching tree branch that I thought I could sneak my arrow under. You know, that doe gave me fits for 2 hunts in a row, coming in, going out, giving me adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump. It was the first opportunity of the 2025 season, and in hindsight, I rushed it. I should have given her a couple more steps. She would have been free and clear. The shot was great. It broke great. It was on track until it smacked that tree branch. That's one thing I would improve on. Secondly, I deviated from the plan. Early in the video, I talked about driving around the public land spots on Saturday night, which was opening day, just to get a vibe of how pressured these pieces were. And then I was gonna door knock all day on Sunday. And I changed that plan. I went in there and I saw that you can only access that public land piece from the south. And I went and door knocked, and I got so excited about getting that yes to be able to park and access the public land from the north that I think I just was clouded in optimism. And then the rest of the trip, I spent way too much time scouting and hunting that public land piece rather than letting my decisions be based on the sign that I was seeing on the ground rather than just pure optimism. I would change that. And if I would have stuck to the plan, I would have got some of my yeses on the private land earlier, enabling me to hunt the private land where all the deer were and the deer encounters that I was getting. I would have had more time throughout the hunt to be able to focus in on those areas. And speaking of the private land spots that I was getting into deer, coming into the finish line of the hunt, I made a tough decision to go hunt the big vineyard farm that I got access to, purely based off of intel from the farmer. And I had been hunting the smaller private land piece that I got a yes on, and I was learning that property and getting closer and closer to those deer. Every single hunt I was getting encounters, I was getting into the red zone, and I knew if I just gave it one more hunt, I was gonna seal the deal. And I decided to go to the farm, which I shouldn't have done. Things that are a positive out of the trip, I proved to myself that my system that I use here in Pennsylvania of door knocking and focusing in on semi-rural, semi-suburban locations, it works. I got into the red zone of plenty of deer, got a shot opportunity. It just didn't work out this time. And I'm coming away with 2 really good private land spots that I can go back to Kentucky later in the season and give it another go. Hope you guys like this video. I know I sure liked putting it together and producing it with JoJo. But if you guys are enjoying this increase in content, please consider supporting the brand by heading to thepusharchery.com, checking out our online courses and our awesome hunting packs and quivers. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Get primal.